Founded by Dame Anita Roddick in 1976, The Body Shop became synonymous with bringing natural, ingredient-based cosmetics to market in an ethical way. We were one of the first to introduce honey and oatmeal, seaweed and birch, avocado, hawthorn, elderflower, cocoa butter, and peppermint to global beauty products. These once strange and sometimes exotic ingredients are now staple features on many beauty product menus. One of our best-kept beauty secrets is how we source many of our naturally derived ingredients, why we choose to trade in this way, and the stories and people behind our products. Over the years, we've come to realize the importance of forging deep, long-term relationships with our local expert producers. The connection back to where its ingredients come from has always fascinated The Body Shop. How they grow, who harvests them, and why our products are so good for our customers. So back in the 80s, we set up the pioneering trade program we now call Community Trade, making us one of the first cosmetic companies to introduce fair trade to the industry. Community Trade is our commitment to trading fairly and responsibly with suppliers, small-scale farmers, traditional craftspeople, rural cooperatives, cottage industries, and even tribal villages, highly skilled experts dedicated to their work. We know that, if done properly and respectfully, trade can be used as a lever for social change. It's about introducing specialists and artisans to international markets that might otherwise be unreachable. For us, community trade is also about learning from each other and listening to age-old wisdom about what actually works on the body. Over 70% of our products contain at least one community trade ingredient, and many of our accessories are community trade. At any given time, over 25,000 producers are benefiting from community trade's contribution to a fair, stable livelihood in return for quality ingredients, gifts, and accessories. From seed to skincare, our team of community trade producers from around the world, whose families have lived and worked on the land for centuries, understand the raw ingredients better than anyone and know the best ways to harvest them. In short, they know how to work in harmony with nature, and we think that's a secret worth sharing. Somewhere in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, half a world away and steeped in legend, paradise can be found on the Polynesian island country of Samoa. Made up of two main islands, Savaii and Upolu, and 6 smaller ones, it's believed an ancient warrior people settled here 1,000 years BC. The now mainly agriculture-based population of 180,000 can grow many crops here, from coffee, cocoa and bananas, to pineapples, ginger and vanilla. Not surprising then that this green and fertile land is so rich in biodiversity. An early morning sun drenches the warm crystal waters, while the coconut plantations, surrounded by lush green forests, heave with activity. Isaako Faleoa lives on Savaii, the most westerly island of Samoa. He is one of 200 organically certified farmers in the country, and, as you can imagine, he knows a thing or two about why Samoan coconut oil is so good. Legend even claims that the very first coconut palm grew right here in Savaii. It's 7 a.m, and while the morning is still cool, Isaako and his extended family collect coconuts by hand, as they have done for generations, never picking directly from trees. Once the gathering and loading is complete, and before the tropical sun reaches its highest point, everyone returns to the shade of the farm to begin crafting the coconuts into community trade, organic, cold-pressed virgin oil. First, they husk the nuts, carefully selecting each one to make sure they are of the highest quality. One farmer describes checking the smile of the face. It has to be brown and flat. Every coconut is checked at least 4 times. Now the best nuts are ready to be cracked open. This can be thirsty work in the sweltering heat, but fresh juice is always to hand. These premium quality nuts have every right to feel good about themselves. Now they are ready to be grated and transformed into cosmetic nectar for the skin. The grated flesh is weighed before being transferred to the drying bed. Nothing is wasted. The discarded husks are used to fuel the warming beds. It's vitally important that the luscious flesh is gently warmed to ensure the water content evaporates. The coconut is continually stirred and checked for any imperfections. After approximately 45 minutes, the coconut flesh is weighed again. By now it should have halved in weight. It takes 10 coconuts to make 1 litre of oil. Producing coconut oil here dates back to the 1800s. It's been used on skin for as long as people can remember. And there appears the community trade organic, cold-pressed virgin coconut oil. Samoa is so remote, it is the last place on Earth to see the sunrise. And despite being an unspoiled paradise, there are very few opportunities to earn money. World markets demand large quantities of mass-produced crops, something small-scale family farmers cannot provide. So many young people leave Samoa in search of sustainable incomes elsewhere. Yet, through the work of Women in Business Development Incorporated, rural communities in Samoa are benefiting from a revival in traditional crafts and farming practices. When Women in Business introduced the Body Shop to Isa'ako and the other Samoan organic farmers, we knew that when it comes to skincare, we'd be doing what comes naturally. Community trade is so much more than treating our farmers with respect and dignity. It's about a quality exchange. You get a great product, we get an amazing ingredient, and our producers get a fair, long-term wage. From the land of legends, we bring you our top-selling range of bath and body care products, enriched with the finest organic, cold-pressed virgin coconut oil from Samoa. Beyond the deep, dense forests, peppered with Mayan ruins, against a vast mountainous backdrop, stretch the low-lying plains of rural El Progreso in Guatemala. This stunning Central American district is home to a select group of expert family producers who supply the Body Shop with the key ingredient in its Aloe sensitive skin and body care ranges. When developing our sensitive skincare range, we wanted to harness aloe vera's renowned properties. We also wanted to ensure the quality and purity of the aloe vera used in our products. And this is where farmers like Don Chico come in. He is one of the Guastatoya farmers of Guatemala, chosen for their traditional growing practices and high-quality community trade aloe vera. It's hand-harvested, hand-filleted and prepared, all within 12 hours of being picked, preserving the natural purity of the aloe vera. Throughout history, aloe vera has been used by countless civilizations. Even today, we are still learning about this ancient ingredient. Our trade with the Guastatoya farmers has provided educational materials to more than 100 schools across the El Progreso region of Guatemala. It has also enabled the Body Shop to source the world's first fairly traded aloe vera. There is so much more to our shimmering eye colours, long-lasting face powders, and smooth, sumptuous lip tones than meets the eye. They all contain a special ingredient, community trade Marula oil. This high-quality, luxurious oil is expertly hand-prepared by a cooperative entirely owned and run by women. Namibia, on the southwest coast of Africa. The Body Shop pioneered the use of Marula oil in its products back in the year 2000 for its remarkable qualities. But the women of Africa have long known the hidden powers of this wonderful ingredient. In Namibia, the art of making Marula oil is passed down through the generations. Today, Meme Maria is part of an incredible business. 4,800 women from rural communities are part of a cooperative making Marula oil. First, the women gather under the shade of the Marula tree to hand-select the ripened fruits that fall naturally to the ground, and the nuts are left out to dry. Once dried, the women begin cracking the nuts. Deep inside the nuts are the valuable oil-rich kernels. Maria sends her kernels to the cooperative's factory, where they are cold-pressed by hand into the purest oil. Marula oil is now known as one of Africa's greatest skincare oils. The sacred Marula tree plays a central role in village life, especially among the women. The Marula fruit can be eaten, made into jams, and the skins are used as a natural fertilizer. The roots, bark and leaves are used for medicinal purposes, and the wood for carving and fuel. The ritual of the first fruits is where the women gather to give thanks to their ancestors, make the first Marula wine of the season, and teach young girls about becoming a woman. The women of the cooperative benefit enormously from the trade in Marula oil. For the first time, they have a greater financial independence, which improves the lives of their families and enables them to invest in their children's future. A powerful return for a powerful oil your skin will love. So how did this love affair with naturally inspired ingredients and the people who harvest them begin? Our late founder, Dame Anita Roddick, often described travel as a university without walls. For her, travel was a constant source of inspiration and education, and many of our most exciting ingredients were inspired by the women she met all over the world. When you know the stories behind our products and the values connected to our ingredients, then you know the story of our brand.
Community trade was our DNA, was the Body Shop's DNA. Take that away, and you take away our right to be.
With over 30 years of accumulated wisdom, working with ingredients whose origins lie in nature, and alongside some of the most expert producers on the planet, community trade has taught the Body Shop many things. And when it comes to beauty, we start with nature.